Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trend Center app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. The Trend Center app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when their systems have games. Download the app and use our code TFTM for 15% off a premium membership after a 2-day free trial. Okay. We're here. We're back. It's Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday. Brought to you by the Trend Center app. Link in the description, 15% off a premium membership, the greatest tool on the planet for sports bettors. We're here and we're back. Before we kind of get into various topics today, let's say hi to the gents. Chris, how are you doing today?
Doing good. The sun is shining. It's summer. Cashed a couple day baseball bets, so that's fun. Shout out the Trend Center for Blue Jays plus 114. That was clutch. But yeah, not a whole lot going on right now, so just vibing with the summer.
Hell yes. Sean?
Whoops. Okay. Yeah. I'm doing fantastic. Yes, I also cashed some day baseball bets today, thanks to the Trend Center. 3-0 to start the day. Got about 11 more bets later, but that's how we build the bankroll. And I cannot stress enough how much Trend Center has helped build my bankroll. This is crazy. I have quadrupled my bankroll within the past week since we last spoke, since the last pod. I've just been follow their verified trends. I am up, and it's great.
Hell
And I
yeah.
want to keep going.
Hell yes. Cool. Awesome. Well, I've been kind of slacking on just betting in general, but yeah, I'm kind of in full Wrestlemania season right now, but that'll be over the weekend, and then I'll really dive into the Trend Center app and their verified trends. I know that the verified trends I think had like a 50-50-ish start, and then they just exploded with some fantastic bets. So definitely check that out. But yes, okay. So what do we want to talk about
Well,
first? Do we?
well, I'll say you're in full WrestleMania swing right now, but I'll tell you, it doesn't take very long to just open up the app and
You're
then
right.
look at what they have and then just bet it.
You're right. But I just don't think about baseball, so that's that's
Well,
just gonna be.
if you don't want to bet baseball, verified trends are up 16 units in the NBA.
Hmm.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And 8 in the NHL.
Hey, let's ride. Okay.
All
Well,
right, so it's active on Red Wings and Canadians tonight. So
all right.
pull up your phone, place
Are you,
these bets.
are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were talking to the fans.
No, I'm
These
telling
games
you
will
to
be over by the time
I'm
this airs.
I'm telling you to bet these games.
All right. So Red Wings and Canadians.
Yeah,
All right.
money lines.
Bet. No pun intended. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, while I do this, what do we want to speak about first, gents? Do we want to open with something light? Do we want to get into the mud with Tennessee? Do we want to do some draft stuff? What are we thinking?
I think we should lead off with monumental news. Cam Ward's a Titan.
Wow.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Did you not see his Fortnite stream last night?
No, I did not.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a Titan. They
Yeah.
asked him his top four receivers in the league. I think he said one and two were like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, And then 3 and 4 were Calvin Ridley and Treylon Burks.
What?
He said AJ Brown is a dog, but he's no Calvin Ridley. He said Brian Callahan was the best coach in the league, I believe, and that Tony Pollard. Someone asked him his top 4 running backs. He said Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears.
Yeah,
He's a Titan, and I'm
man,
over the moon.
pretty hilarious. I was like,
I love it.
Burks, top 4 in the league?
He's not even top 4
This
in the
man's a Titan.
team, but
Yeah.
we'll take it.
That's
Man's a
awesome.
Titan.
If
That's
he had
QB1. That's
if he
QB1
had-
right there.
If he had pulled Mason Kinsey, oh my God. I'd buy a custom made jersey tonight.
What if he was like, man, that guy NWI, whatever team that he's on,
If he'd have been like, man, they really messed up letting NWI walk, I'd have been like, you know what? Not only is he just a Titan, he also just knows ball. So
okay.
yeah.
No, is that what
Huge
you
news?
is that what you put in the gambling chat?
I said something about that. One of our other buddies posted something about just saying essentially, so Cam is a Titan now. But I posted something. This was from the Sleeper Titans Twitter account that we hosted a meeting with Cam Scadaboo today, Arizona State running back. Just a dog. I would love. I mean, he's a bowling ball. I want him. I need him in Nashville. This guy is amazing. So if we can just stack the team with guys I bet on when they were in college, even if we suck, I'll be happy.
It'll remind me of the good times.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, well, that's your Titans draft news. Um, it's kind of weird because it's like, I mean, we have the first pick, like unless we trade it, which is still possible. But it's just kind of like, yeah, we're probably going to draft Cam Ward, and that's,
It'd honestly be
kinda
a
it.
dick move not to draft him at this point. He's
Yeah.
just glazing us on his Twitch streams.
Dude, if you can get a leg up, dude, do it.
I love that guy.
Hell yeah.
QB1.
Damn straight.
He's got to be. So Chris, I'm going to let you
So-
take the lead on this.
Yeah, speaking of QB1s,
Yes. What's going on with Nico? Give us the rundown.
Do you want the full rundown from like the beginning of the story or the news that we got today as of recording? Like right before we started recording.
I mean, it's essentially been, since last pod with that everything has happened. So if you could just
Okay.
give the
a
whole
recap. A recap.
Yes.
So I think it was last Thursday. So yeah, when last week's pod came out, rumors were circulating that Nico was in talks with the Tennessee athletic NIL fund, whoever gives him money, that he wants a pay raise from $2 million a year, a little more than $2 million a year, to $4 million a year. And so rumors were flying about that. People on Twitter, including Nico's dad, who was essentially his agent, were like, "This is bullshit. None of this is true." The next day or 2 days, the next day he sits at a practice, like doesn't even show up. Day after that, spring game, obviously doesn't play, and it was announced that he's off the team. So that was fun. And then it was like essentially he was holding up the NIL fund or whoever for more money, and Tennessee was like, "No, who do you think you are? You played very mediocre in the SEC play. You don't deserve $4 million a year." And then he's just before, like an hour before we started recording, it was announced that he is transferring to UCLA. So that's the essentially the Cliff Notes version of the entire saga. And honestly, good riddance. This guy's like, he was not good. If it wasn't Kent State, fucking like the Scrubs and Vanderbilt, he was terrible. So honestly, like more power to you. Get your bag, UCLA. You're gonna suck because UCLA is not a good football team. So I'm over the moon that he's not on this team anymore.
Okay. What's Tennessee gonna do at quarterback?
Transfer portal for the spring transfer portal just opened, so I don't believe we've made a move yet. Um, if not, let's let Merklinger go out there and sling it. Um, build up the team around him, and we also have the number one QB in the following class coming in next or 2 seasons from now. So we've got the future set up. We just need the present. So if we can get like a stopgap, maybe Haynes King from Georgia Tech. I mean, the way this news like breaks, something could happen. Like the whole team could look different by the time this drops. So I'm hoping for Georgia Tech transfer Haynes King. If not, someone else, or let Merklinger just sit back there and let it rip because he's electric. He's not very good, but he is electric. So honestly, anyone other than Nico, I'm very happy with at this point.
Okay. All right. It's it's weird. Me and Sean were kind of talking about this at the bar last night, and from my sort of perspective, it just kind of felt like everything was like blown out of proportion. Um, from I mean the beginning when it's like, hey, he asked for more money, and then numbers started being thrown out, and it's like, first of all, I mean, Vol Twitter's it's one of the most toxic places on the internet. If we're being quite honest, like the amount of bandwagon ship and just lies that just are just born out of nothing. Um, it's not something you can base facts off of, which I kept that in mind. And to me, in my head, I'm just like, it just feels like he probably asked for more money, but like, I didn't think it would be, you know, a lot more money, but I didn't, I thought that was all hearsay, but, um, how do you think, how do you think, this affects NIL, Chris?
Um, I think it's good, honestly, because a program like a powerful program refused to just bend the knee to a mediocre quarterback. So if they would have caved and just be like, yeah, have whatever you want just because you have tremendous upside, that would have not only just fucked the team, just fucked like the whole system. Because then everybody would be asking for more money. Everybody on the team would be asking for more money. And then just mediocre quarterbacks across the country be like, wait a minute, Nico just got this. He, granted, he was the quarterback of a team who was in the playoff. That is good, but he did not play well the entire season and in that game. So, like, if this guy with, I have better numbers at like a worse school, why should I not be getting more money? Not 4 million, but why should I not be getting more money? So that would have just created a whole nother can of worms. So yeah, I think it was great for Tennessee just to be like, no, we're not gonna give you more money for not living it. Like if he would have beat Ohio State, honestly, I think he could have got more money from us. But he didn't. And I think the sport is better off for it.
Okay. All right. It just, it just kind of feels like once they made NIL a thing, now it's just kind of like this, like it just so happens to be the Vols that have the first like guy who tries to hold out and, you know,
Well, the Vols were one of the first big programs to give a guy like that kind of like he got $8 million for however long he like that was his initial deal was 8 million. So that was like the first really big like contract. I shouldn't put quotes, it was a contract that was given out. So for him to be the first holdout, I guess it kind of makes sense. But I guess you should also say like if you got that kind of money, you should not have to hold. You should just be good enough to earn your money.
hmm yeah, like it's just like I I mean, it's tough to say that anyone could foresee this. People did, but it's just kind of like as soon as not this specific scenario, but just like the slippery slope that NIL is becoming.
Well, I mean, the NCAA just putting no regulations on it whatsoever is like the main culprit of this. They're just like, fine, you want to pay players, just fucking pay them whatever you want. I don't care. That's essentially what they did. And now it's like, okay, well, hold on, like that's fine and all, but we need some sort of like structure so where it's not what it is now, which is open free agency for a 100 plus team league every season.
Yeah, that's it's just so weird to manage and like it's just like it's fucked. That's I mean it's fucked. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it this is why my March Madness betting system didn't work. It's all NIL's fault. That's a fact. It's not my fault.
I mean, more or less, yeah. Like if you want to just get down to like that is the main reason. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, now any player that shows a lick of talent, somebody's throwing, whatever amounts of money at him to get him to just ride the bench, and it's just like taking away talent, it's weird, but I don't know. How do you feel, Chris, coming out of this? You feel okay?
I feel great. I mean, the Tennessee might not be as good next season, but it's worth not like it's worth it to I don't want to say set a precedent, but just to not cave in to his demands. And let me be perfectly clear. I don't think Nico himself was barging into Heupel's office or whoever being like, I need more money. It's his dad from all accounts is the one pulling the strings. So it can't like when the news first broke, everyone on Vol Twitter reacted very rationally, obviously, as they do, but just calling Nico an asshole and like just a traitor and stuff like that. And rightfully so, I guess. But also, as more facts come out, it's like, oh, his dad's the asshole. Nico's just he's kind of a dumbass, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like, yeah, it's like his dad is the one pulling the strings, but you have final say. So you
You
could
are
just
the
be,
player.
yeah, if you want to play for 2.5 mil, which is, I feel like a fair amount of money, but that's just me. If and be on a successful program, like you just went to the college football playoff, you are in a position to do that again this coming season. If you wanted to stay in this current situation, you had the power to be like, no, I want to stay. But he's letting his dad do all this stuff. And I saw a tweet today. It was someone talking about his dad. His dad is LeVar Ball without the charisma. So he's just a dick.
The bar ball has that silly kind of confidence.
Yeah, it's like he's very confident, but he's like, yeah, he's silly. So it's like, okay, we can forgive you kind of being like an asshole because of that, because you're entertaining. Nico's dash it to prick is from what I have heard from all accounts that have either dealt with him or have talked to people who have dealt with him. Yeah, so Nico is not 100% at fault. It's mainly his dad, but at the end of the day, it's the player's call. So I don't necessarily feel sorry for him whatsoever. But he's not the main bad guy, is my point.
Okay. All right. Um, I mean, any closing thoughts on that segment? I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry and pretty fast for a week, essentially.
Yeah. It went from Thursday being like, hey, this could be happening to Wednesday being like, yeah, he's gone.
Wild.
Yeah,
NIL's wild, wild
it
west.
is. And
That's
honestly, I don't think like if you look at their schedule, I mean, Bama, Georgia again, like Florida is going to be a toss up because it's always
It's
a
always a
toss
toss
up.
up.
But Bama, Georgia probably losses with or without Nico. Every other, as long as the team is like solid and healthy, should be able to win the other games. So I don't think the win loss record would look too much different with or without him. So I guess we'll see. But no, I don't. I'm not. crying whatsoever because he's gone.
Okay. All right. Moving
Man,
on.
that's your Cheez-Its Bowl MVP though.
Yeah, I mean that's his greatest accomplishment.
I know.
Was he beat the hell out of Iowa in the Cheez-It Bowl. I mean, and then he
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
balled out against Kent State. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Nico, I'm a leaving.
I love like that was a
I'm a
great A graphic. The
yeah.
on threes, I'm shout out their Twitter. It's some great graphics because they had the I'm a leaving, and then there was reports coming out that multiple teams were interested in Nico, but they wanted his like asking price to drop. So they created a picture of him. It was like a stock market crash graphic behind him with just like a red arrow just going straight down. So whoever is running graphics at On Three, more like you deserve a raise. You're batting 1,000 for this whole saga.
Hell yeah. I
Hell
saw the
yeah.
guy at the spring game that had I'm a bitch. Like
Oh, that yeah.
he taped bitch over like
It was yeah,
that was
over
great.
the last part of his name, which is
Yeah.
I'm a bitch. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
God.
Top notch, people. Top notch.
I love it.
All right. Moving on. Chris, I noticed something in the group chat that you posted that after looking at it, I now got the context, but I think it's hilarious. So I'm going to defer to you. Did you or did you not say I will no longer be betting on baseball?
Oh. Yeah, I said that. It was obviously not true. But I
Why
said
did you
that
say that?
because I was getting kicked in the teeth that day. I think I was like 1-4, 1-5 or something at that point. But then I rebounded with a couple late night wins, one being a Padres run line, which was like plus 150. So I was like, you know what? Wasn't as bad. So, and then the following day, I was like, all right, I'm just going to do like like 3 or 4 bets. And I had a positive record. So I was like, you know what? Let's just keep with it. And then obviously I knew what am I just going to not bet for the entire summer?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said that. I was like, that was
You know
quick.
that's a lie when he says that all the time.
I mean over set the over under how many times I'm gonna say that this season.
Hmm.
We're already at
I
1. So
yeah, I put it at 9.5.
oh wow, that's high.
Yeah,
You're
that's pretty
Maybe
probably
high.
not far off,
I'm
but
probably not. From now till the end of the calendar year or the end of the summer.
to the end of baseball season.
Okay. 3.5.
Okay.
Because you already got
Uh,
one.
Yeah.
Baseball ends in the fall, right?
Yeah,
October.
it ends in October. But
Uh,
football also starts like well before then, so I pretty much don't bet it until the playoffs. And even then, who knows? But
right. I'd probably have to say six. Six is the line for me because it's going to be a
He,
long summer.
yeah,
oh,
It always is.
he says these things though, and then he returns in a blaze of glory and says like, "Hey, look, I won this bet from a lunchtime Swedish women's basketball game."
That's what I was referring to.
yeah.
I thought you were saying a joke because you won that bet, and you're like, I will be specifically only betting the Swedish Women's Basketball League.
Okay, no, no, that's another thing I've been doing. One of our buddies who's not in our group chat, he's in I knew him from high school. He turned me on to this thing. It's like this is as bad as degenerate as it comes, and I fully acknowledge that. But in these like European women's basketball leagues, there's not a lot of parity, so it's like the favorite almost always wins. So you can just wait until they're like down by like 5 or 6 in the early on, and you can get like a much favorable number. And then you bet, so instead of like a -9.5, you can get like a -3.5 and bet that. So yeah, hand up, I have been live betting um various European women's basketball leagues.
Good God.
It's just something to do, during the daytime. You got
Yeah, I get
not a
it.
lot
I get
going
it.
on. Like let's
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
nobody has jobs.
He
I
works
had
from
my
home.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm sitting on my couch, like I got some downtime. Let's see what's going on in like in Sweden or Iceland or something like that.
That's funny. That's what I thought. I thought the I will no longer be betting on baseball was a joke because you found your calling with European women's basketball.
He might.
That golf tournament futures and the UFL that would get me through the summer if I stopped betting on baseball.
Right. Has UFL started?
Yeah, it has. I haven't been betting on it because I haven't paid attention. I might get into it kind of in the coming weeks when we get into like the dog days, but I haven't yet.
Okay. Um, all right, moving on. What do we talk about next? I mean, we already talked about the draft. We already talked about the Vols. I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, the NBA and NHL playoffs are about to kick off. Um, my Oilers' future's not looking good. They're probably not going to win.
Why do you say that?
Tonight?
Uh, because Ekholm is going to be out for the first series, which means he probably has a serious injury that he just needs to take a little bit of time off of in order to get back full time. And Oilers are banged up, and they're probably, I mean, they'll be lucky to get out of the first round. I mean, the Kings are really good, so I don't know, whatever. If they get out of the first round and I can somehow make my bet back, I just might catch out because it's not gonna fucking happen. They're so fucking banged up.
Never know.
That's very true. You do never know.
um, Speaking of the NHL playoffs, I do have something I want to float by y'all. Ottawa Senators plus 145 to beat the Maple Leafs in the first round.
Low key, love it.
Yeah, that's what.
Like it's it's like kind of perfect because the Leafs are coming in hot. They're healthy and like hockey Twitter just like this is the Leafs year. No, it's not. It'll never be the Leafs year. And this is just like it's either like gonna go to 7 and then the Leafs are gonna move on, or Ottawa's going to beat the shit out of them because that's what happens when like these newer teams who haven't been to the playoffs in a while like build. Like they just win. I mean, and I know that because we're fucking Nashville Predators fans and like the Hurricanes were fine before we lost to them in the bubble in the, not the bubble year, but the COVID year. Um I mean, we lost to the Coyotes. We almost lost to the Avalanche the year that we won the President's Trophy. That was their jumping off point. And we lost to the Stars the year after that, and they just became a fucking hell to deal with. And they've been to the Stanley Cup since then. So it's kind of like, but before all those teams made the playoffs, they were shit. They were not good. And so low key, I love it.
Nice. Um, I know nothing about the Senators, but I think I saw something on Twitter. Did they like call up some Russian kid, or is that someone else?
I believe that was the Canadians,
Canadians. Okay.
um, which they're going to make the playoffs too. I don't know how far they'll go, but
Who do
um,
do they have their
They get
matchup set yet?
no,
I
they
don't
haven't
know.
clinched yet. They have to win tonight.
Ah,
And I bet on them
Yes,
to
we
win.
did. It's their
um,
last game tonight, so they have to they win and in, and then they'll play Washington, play the Caps.
so you said either the Senators win or it goes to 7, most likely, and the Leafs will win. You could on DraftKings, you could get Senators plus 1.5 in the series at minus 140. I know it's a little juicy, but
It's a lot of value there, I think.
all right,
That guarantees though that it goes to 7, right?
probably. I mean,
It would have to, right?
yeah, it would.
Okay. Just making sure my math is
Yeah.
right.
So I think I'm gonna maybe go half unit Sens to win, full unit, maybe a little bit more, the unit like 1.2, 1.3 units on the plus 1.5.
Hmm. I'm a I think the first year I tried betting on every single playoff series, I didn't win any. I think I won one, and that was the year that Columbus upset Tampa, and I was like, this shit sucks. I did the only bet that year I did win was Toronto losing to the Bruins, which I mean, who could have seen that coming? Me, Will. I don't get a lot of lot of wins, but when I do, I remember them. Um, shit. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I think the Avs can probably do it again. Um, but yeah, I think the East is just going to be a rock fight, and they're going to beat the shit out of each other. And the
It's
Avs had
always
just
like that.
yeah, um, and the Avs are just such a fucking awesome team, and they got Landeskog back after being away for 3 years, not playing hockey.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't know. Like, I thought he just retired. I didn't know he was just on this like hiatus.
Yeah, like what happened was the year that the Avs won the Stanley Cup, he got injured during it, but because he's a hockey player, he played through it. And like, after they won, he like had surgery or whatever, and then he was back on the ice and just like kept having like the same nagging injury. And then like it just kind of led to like a whirlwind of like nobody knows what it is, um, why or why this is happening. Like he can't skate at all because it's in his leg. Um, and then that was like 3 years ago. And then now he's apparently gotten some surgery and he played a conditioning stint with their AHL team and now they're bringing him up for the playoffs. Um, little cap circumvention there. Um, so it's just like if they got him back and he's half of the player that he was, they're gonna win again. Like that's kind of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Would you think Avs minus 115 to beat the Stars in the first round is a sound investment?
Yes, I do because the Stars are also very, very good, but they don't have Heiskanen. They don't have their number one D. And so it's like they've never they've never been in this spot. So that's a big old loss. And so I think the Avs are gonna win, definitely, but you know, to each his own.
I'll probably
Who
take
would you
that too
bet
then.
for the cup right now?
I'd probably bet the Avalanche.
Mm, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
All right.
I was looking at the odds and I saw the Avs had like a favorable number. I was like, I just don't really want them to win.
Yeah, I'm looking at the odds, and it does make sense, given like the President's Trophy like curse, but like the Jets are like the bottom five of the favorites.
Yeah, they're
They
plus
just won
1100.
the
That's
damn President's Trophy.
Yeah, it's
They're the
just
best regular season team. Sorry, but
it's because like they're just so deep. Kind of like when we sort of won the President's Trophy. Like, yeah, we had like Phil score 30 goals, but like other than that, like it's all from up and down the lineup. So it's kind of like they don't have a like a superstar. Like they have good players, but and they have a really they have probably the guy who's going to win the Vezina this year in net. So it's kind of like I don't know.
doesn't he have a streaky playoff record? Or not streaky, but like spotty, I should say.
I don't know. I don't
I
know
thought
if
that
you
was
would
kind
call
of
it
one
that.
of the knocks on him was like he's always kind of underperformed when the lights are bright.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, they beat us whenever. I mean,
That's true.
that President's Trophy team that we had, that was the best team we've ever had. Um, on paper and on the ice. And so he beat us, and I mean, they lost in 5 to Vegas, but Vegas was a team of destiny, even though they ended up losing to the Capitals that year. But it's just like, eh, it's weird. I don't know. I don't know if you can say that a goalie isn't streaky if they just haven't won the Stanley Cup. So I don't know.
Okay. I was just wondering if maybe because I saw they play the Blues first round, correct?
Yeah.
Their Blues are plus 155 to win the series. So I didn't know if I don't want to get tight my bankroll on all these series future props, but
I don't really know what to think about that one. It's like the
Fucking
Blues were out of a
Blues.
playoff spot, and then they won a bunch of games at the end of the year.
don't they have that like that troll thing, like statue, or whatever, in their locker room that they worship? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, they have this fucking idol. It's
Yeah,
fucking
from
crazy.
Major League. Yeah, I think that's that gives off some Destiny vibes, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I've seen this story before, and I don't like it. Don't
I
like
don't
it.
I like it. Why do you like it so cold? So I
Just
like it.
this time I'm gonna much less prefer it because there isn't a dying kid with cancer. It's some creepy ass idol that just hangs out in their locker room.
I can
Oh.
respect that more than using a kid with cancer as your face of your team.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know.
we're gonna switch subjects right now, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know what to make of the Jets Blues because I don't know if the Blues can win, but they're just so hot right now. Um, and Bennington is a psycho. So
Mm-hmm.
anything could happen in that series. And I mean, it is they did win the President's Trophy. The Jets did, so it's kind of like they're destined to not win. So
yeah.
that's that's Will's take. But yeah, I need to look at the standings, see if I have any other takes. Boop-a-doo. No, nothing really piques my interest. I mean, uh let's see. Who do the Wild play? I mean, the Wild will probably play.
The leader of the West. I think it's Vegas.
Yeah, they'll play Vegas, and I don't know really what to think of that. I mean, Minnesota isn't banged up, but they're not a pushover, and Vegas could easily win the cup again just because they're just always great. Unfortunately, but I don't
Yeah,
know. That's
not
that's
fair.
kind of it. I think whoever wins the cup's coming out of the West. Um, that's all I got. But what did you want to discuss, Sean?
Yeah, we're gonna take it back to college football for a
Oh,
sec.
okay. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I'm sure. I don't know if you've seen this, Will, but I know Chris has seen it. That Colorado is retiring numbers 2 and 12 this Saturday.
Yeah, you told me about that yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's absolutely bananas. Um, I get, you know, you're Heisman. You're a Heisman. Travis Hunter's a Heisman winner. Get that. Um, but your quarterback that led you to 13 wins and 12 losses, yeah, he deserves his number retired for sure. After 2 years,
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. That Travis
it's
Hunter
crazy.
Heisman winner, yeah, he gets it. But
Yeah,
Shedeur is that's insane.
dude, the city of Boulder is nothing but Dion Glazers. I swear to God. That whole Sanders family, they're just glazing him, bro, like a donut. He is covered in glaze. It's
Yes.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're saying it's like, oh, he helped drag the team or the program like out of the depths of hell. But I mean, yeah,
I guess.
I
They're
mean,
gonna build a statue for him next.
probably
They're gonna do it.
just retire Shiloh's number two while we're at it, because the only reason Shedeur is getting his retired is because he's daddy's kid or
Yeah.
Dehon's kid. So like, do the other one while we're at it.
Why not?
I don't really have like too much to go in on this. I just think it's worth talking about and mentioning how ridiculous it is.
Yes, it's
Because
a
I
bit
mean,
silly.
I think everyone can agree that this is a crazy move. Like no one's like really, oh, for sure retire their numbers. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
Mhm.
everyone, I haven't really even seen anyone defend it.
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Like, not
Like,
even like a Colorado like fan account. I'm sure they're out there. I just haven't seen it. Like, everybody I've seen has been universally shitting on this, and it's pretty hilarious, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever to retire Sanders' number.
Yeah. Would you prefer like that was a dumb question that I was thinking
you
of.
didn't even ask
I know. It was a dumb
it.
question. Would you rather it be like the Allen Iverson statue, like a really really small statue instead, or like the
Well,
Dwayne Wade really bad statue?
Oh God.
I mean, I don't know. If I were Shador, I would love to have my number retired. But if you like look at it as like a how stupid it is, yeah, it'd be better to just have a statue, like a really bad statue. It's more fitting, I should say. It's not better.
Yeah.
It's more fitting.
I mean, either way, you're immortalizing these players, and having your number retired is, to me, a bigger deal than a statue. Because, like, no one can ever wear that number again. You can always put up more statues, and you could take them down. But
It,
having your number retired is kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I don't, I'm trying to word this in a way
I mean,
that
I
makes
I kind of
sense.
think the opposite, just because I feel like a statue is like the the greatest honor of all time, honestly. Like you probably have your number retired already, and like yeah, nobody will ever wear that number, but um like a statue, like that's a lot more than just like a banner. Like it to me it's just like this guy that is a statue is a pinnacle of this sports franchise.
I
I don't
think
know.
your number
Just
being retired is like the highest honor a team can give you. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
statues are awesome, but I think saying that no one will ever wear your number again is it is like the highest honor a team can bestow upon an individual player.
Yeah. And usually, I mean, you're right. The statue comes later, like
should.
after the numbers. It should, but I mean, God, they have a statue. The Phillies have a statue of fucking Nick Foles
I
and
get
Doug
that.
Peterson. Yeah, I get that too. But
Doug Peterson, Nick Foles, he earned it.
Yeah.
I mean, that Philly's just riddled with statues, though. So I mean, they've got plenty of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, good for them. Um,
yeah, whatever. I mean, that's just I just think that's kind of everyone agrees it's ridiculous. It's silly.
I
It's
mean,
something to get headlines after they're
the
gone.
the Travis Hunter, like again, I get that, but when you look at Colorado had another Heisman winner, Rashawn Salam, back in '94, I think '93, '94. He didn't get his number retired until 2017.
Huh.
I just it's just ridiculous. Like, yeah, whatever, he's getting retired, but just to do it the next, like not even the next season, in the off season after he after he leaves, and it took you was it 24 years to do your other Heisman winners. It's a little messed up.
Interesting. I that that makes me think that like having your number retired is a was a bigger deal back then because it was so infrequent. But now it feels like I don't know,
It
it's
should
less
be in
frequent.
it should be in Frank. Like you
Yeah,
shouldn't
it
just be
should.
handing these out. Also, Shedeur is getting his instead of Cordell Stewart, who was quarterback of them in 90 shit. What year was that? Early 90s. He got them to 11-1 record. Number 3, I think it was 91, 95, something like that. Early 90s. He's like, if we're just talking quarterback comparisons, just miles better than Shedeur Sanders. But he doesn't get anything. Like maybe he has a statue there that I don't know what the statue situation looks like outside of their stadium, but like it's just absurd. It's just a slap in the face to everyone and who is like in the previous years of that program.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't know. I don't know how to right that wrong. But
I
yeah,
mean, you can't you can't go back on it.
right.
Even if you like go ahead and like retire Stewart's number after like now, it's like, okay, well, you're only doing it because everyone's getting pissy about Shedeur's. So you can't write it, I guess. Like there's no one doing it.
Yeah. Um, cool. I mean, do we have anything else we really want to talk about? I mean, it's a weird time right now in the sports calendar. Like things are going on, but also kind of not. I mean, I really don't have my finger on the pulse of the NHL these days. I haven't really watched a ton of it because the Predators stink. Um, it's hard to care. Um, but and the Frozen Four was a disaster. We don't have to talk about it, um, but yeah, that's I mean that's shit. What else do we have? I don't know what's new in baseball. Or
I mean, the Braves are terrible. That's something I guess we like was nobody saw coming. I think they've won 3 games. They lost today because go Blue Jays. But yeah, I mean they just can't do anything offensively. It's wild.
interesting. Have they done anything with the bats?
Oh, the torpedo bats?
Yes,
That's
the
kind of
bats.
settled down. I assume the player, probably even more players are using them now. I assume pitchers just kind of caught on to it. It's like, oh, we can probably because it's all about like they beef up like the middle of the bat. So it's like, okay, if we just like pitch in a certain spot, we can probably avoid guys getting that part of the bat on it. Yeah, because like the Yankees very much came back. They're still good, but they came back to earth after they just destroyed. I think it was the Brewers in that series when they first started using them. So yeah, I think it's evened out. No, they didn't get banned or anything.
Good.
Okay.
They shouldn't, because they
Well, yeah.
make baseball fun.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what baseball's missing is
yeah,
fun.
not going to complain about more runs unless
Bring
it's the
bring
Yankees. I'll complain about that.
bring back roids. Bring them back.
That's
We all want them. Everybody wants them.
everybody. I think I can't remember if I said that on the show or some just in normal conversation, but I saw a tweet when the torpedo bats like were taken off. People were like, "Oh, back in my day, people just did anabolic steroids like men." And
Yeah.
then 2 days later, a guy for the Braves got popped for PEDs.
Bro, I mean, if you want kidney failure and you want to go on dialysis for like the rest of your life, but you get bigger
That
arms, you hit dingers out the park, more power to you, bro. That's what I
that's your
say.
right as an
That is
American.
that is your right. Speaking of some like Dominican guy that came here to play baseball, but like
I mean,
Right.
it is his right.
I guess, yeah.
One
He
of the
lives here.
one of the reasons he came to this great country was to be able to make that decision.
I want to do steroids. Fuck yeah. No, man. That needs to come back for real. We all Nobody's gonna complain about it. If everybody can do them, nobody's going to complain about it.
Just have a separate league where they can all do them.
Steroid league.
Steroid league.
That'd be wild.
That'd be awesome.
Wasn't there some billionaire wanted to do like the steroid Olympics? I heard that was like a rumor going around during the last Summer Olympics. Some guy wanted to do that. I'd watch.
Oh yeah. It's like see what the human body is physically capable of.
Maybe a couple of guys will just drop dead, but I mean, that's the risk you take.
It's not me. Who cares? I mean, I have some silly things I could talk about.
Katy Perry went to space.
Oh, good for her.
Did she though?
I mean, I guess technically.
But
what?
if you look at the footage and the shadows, they don't align. No, I'm joking. But yeah. I'm joking. But
Katy Perry is a lying whore.
I brought that up as a joke, but I saw a funny tweet today. It was like she did some interview or something where she was like, "Oh yeah, me going to space or whatever, like unified the country or something." And Frank the Tank was like, "She's right. Republicans, Democrats, rich, poor, we're all gathering together to tell you that was fucking stupid."
I saw a tweet from Wendy's about Katy Perry going to space, and I love when like corporate accounts get in like on this type of stuff because it's like she like kissed the ground when she came back down to earth, and they just said, "I kissed the ground and I liked it," and I was like, "Damn, Wendy's, you got it good. It's a good one." I gave that shit a like.
Wendy's has always had pretty good social media, at least on Twitter, presence.
Yeah.
They've been Arby's. Good for fast food chains, not terrible Twitter follows.
Not terrible. No.
All right, Chris.
What's your silly stuff, Will?
No free shout out, but I went to my bookie to look at some lines for Wrestlemania.
For a predetermined sport.
Oh yeah.
Chris, who do you think is going to win the Intercontinental Championship?
Let's see, it's Braun, Finn, Dominic, and who else?
And Penta.
Penta. Probably Penta, I'd have to say. I think they would have.
What are the odds on these?
Penta's plus 200.
Oh shit. What's everyone else?
Braun Breaker is plus 350.
Nah.
Finn Balor is plus 800.
Jeez. Oh my God. So what's Dominic then?
Like
minus 200.
Oh my God.
Fuck, dude.
That's
fuck. Fuck that guy.
Dude, I think he's gonna win, bro. I think he's finally gonna get like a belt and be even more hated.
I wouldn't.
Piece of trash.
I like him. I like him. He's a dirtbag. I like him. But I don't know, Penta might be good value there. But again, this is so stupid.
Right. Yeah, it's stupid.
Well, Chris, you would have nailed that John Cena Royal Rumble line.
He didn't win.
No, but you guessed his number.
You're right.
You guessed when he was coming out.
Shit, I would have. All right. Well,
you said 27.
I did. Maybe I do need to load up the MyBookie account.
Total attitude adjustments performed by John Cena. Over under 3.5.
Over. That's got to be juiced to hell. Like doesn't have to be on Cody, just on anyone.
It said undisputed WWE championship match. Total attitude adjustments performed by John Cena. And over 3.5 attitude adjustments is minus 160.
Yeah, I would hammer that responsibly, but That's
But I wouldn't.
I think you get at least two just like right off the rip because it's like that's just how it
Yeah.
is now. And like no like nobody has won just off one finisher in like a huge match like in years.
Yeah,
So
like the past like 20 years.
so I think you get two guaranteed and three most likely. So if you get like a fourth one in there to I mean hell it could just be someone like interfering. I don't know who would, but yeah, I would hammer the over.
And there's one more. It's like, well, the United States Championship match. Jacob Fatu or LA Knight.
Oh, I mean, it's fought two like minus 200.
I know he's minus 550.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That's going to be wild. That should be a good one. But they only have like 8 of these prop bets, which could be fun. I mean, if you're into that.
Is
If
there a
people are
prop
into
that
wrestling.
Stone Cold will show up?
Not the one, not that I saw. I'll check later though.
I am now that Sean said it, I'm retroactively mad that I didn't put money on him on Cena to come out 27.
Don't.
Now that we're talking about, I remember like while we were watching, like when 27 was coming up, I was like, "This is the one," and then his music.
And then we all got quiet, and then the music started, and it was just like, oh,
we went
shit.
ape shit.
We did go ape shit. That was hilarious.
It's John Cena. Shit. That's kind of all I got.
All right.
I mean,
well,
yeah,
slow news day.
Yeah,
Like the NBA playoffs start tonight.
Well, the play-in.
Play-in. Excuse me. Sorry.
Well, I would say the play-in continues. It's like
Yeah.
I hate the play-in is so stupid.
Yeah. They're like the only league that does this, right?
As far maybe some
This-
European soccer league does it too, but as
Does
far as
the
American
European
sports,
Women's Basketball League.
Yeah.
God, I tell you, don't know that.
Does the MLB still do those best of threes, like to play in or whatever?
It's still like it's a best of three, but it's still like the wild card round. So
okay,
they used to do like a one game, and it was still considered like it was like the wild card round, but like nobody really viewed it like that because it was a one game. But now it's three, which I still don't love, but it's better, I guess.
Well, it makes it a series, you know.
Yeah,
it makes it something
but
to fight for. So
yeah, no, the play-in is so stupid. I saw someone on Twitter was like, they should expand the play-in tournament to every team and make it 82 games long. Be wild if they experimented with something like that.
This is how far behind I am on basketball. Do they still do that in-season champion?
Yeah, they did it.
Who won this year?
God,
They do that at like the beginning of the season, I think.
Yeah, they do it towards the beginning. I think it was the Bucks. Let me look it up. I know the Lakers won it last year.
That shit is stupid. Talk about stupid.
I get that is just a purely like we want more eyes on the sport in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And it's like I get it if that is your goal and they're being transparent about it, I get it. But the play-in tournament is like the 10th best team in the league does not deserve to make the playoffs.
No.
Like what the Magic won their division and they had to play in the fucking play-in tournament.
See, that's just not right.
Granted, divisions in the NBA are useless, but it's still like you have them. So I think winning it should mean something.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I know?
Yeah, you're not Adam Silver, so
not very tall and bald.
Fuck, that guy's so bald.
Yeah, he's bald. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up
All right.
because I think we're out of things to talk about. Okay. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Really appreciate it. Check out Trend Center, 15% off a premium membership. Link in the description. Use TFTM at checkout to get that discount. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe really helps us out. And follow us on everything for daily picks. We'll see y'all next week. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money. Boom.
Get those taxes in. Thursday's tax day.
Actually, it was yesterday.
All right. I have some calls to make.
Yep. I hope you got your taxes done, Chris.
You know the old saying, whoops.
My God.
I'm just kidding. No, I got my
Okay.
taxes.
Good.
Just thought that'd be a nice little bit for the fellas.
It's hilarious. I was genuinely worried. I was like, that was yesterday, bud. All right, we'll see you next week. I hope you don't go to jail for tax evasion.
I did my taxes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Wrestlemania this
Hell yeah.
weekend. It'll be fun. All right, we'll see you boys.